Hello everyone, this is Steve again. Just giving a brief video update on progress I'm making with these dreadlocks. This one was made using my clamped molds on either side of my silicone mold with the cap in place and back pressure. I mixed up a little heavier dose of foam so that I would make sure that it would fill adequately. The back pressure created a very nice skin effect on the dread. It's still very soft. I did back down on the ratios as BJB suggested to about 15 parts to, or 35 parts to 100 parts of A and B respectively, and still working with the tint. Now this particular dreadlock has been painted with Plasti Dip. This is the color that it comes out. This is the natural color of one. You can see the difference. So the black Plasti Dipped one is a deeper, richer color, but I'm still working with this. There's something that one of the gentlemen at BJB had said that I spoke to that was has sparked my interest relative to using tin cure. For some reason, silicone in your mold creating a problem with the pigmentation in the foam, causing it to be lighter. So he suggested a platinum cure silicone, trying that. So that's worth a try. I continue to back off on the string, this heavy string, to where it's virtually nothing in the end of this, with most of the rest of it being the thin string. And that's essentially what this one is. One of the things I want to try is to just not put any of the thin string down the length of this, but just put a knot below the cap and have the large string protrude into the foam, because it gets a really good bite on it anyway, and see how that pulls out of the mold with the air pressure behind it. The air pressure releases these things great. So I have not had any problems, but the back pressure definitely produces a better skin than free rise, especially when you try to go softer on the foam. And it still has a really good feel to it. It also doesn't wrinkle as bad when it's bending underneath. It has less wrinkling going on. But this dread, you can kind of see the effects of it. I mean, again, I have nothing to compare this to other than videos that other people have shown, but it has a pretty good feel to it. It has better weight to it. One of the things I am going to try to do is to change my dread plug. I'm going to make another foam part, but I'm going to have it be a little thicker, more toward the middle of the dread, to give it a little bit of extra weight, and then taper toward the tip, and that should help it to hang better as well. But I'm going to make that out of foam, and then I'm going to cover it with PVA and then coat it with my Smooth Cast 321, build up some layers of it, sand it smooth, and that's how I'm going to make the plug. I could then use that also for possibly making a rigid mold with some epoxy resin, whatever I would choose to do, or try the platinum cure silicone. There's a lot of options with this, so just zeroing in on what it takes. But I definitely like the back pressure route. It does increase the stiffness just a tiny bit, but it's not much. So if you go softer on the mix, then when you do the back pressure, you get about the right consistency. So especially with dread rings added, it wouldn't have any problems. This is a 19-inch long dread, so a little more weight to the middle section of it, and I think it would be just about right. So anyway, that's my progress over the weekend, and zeroing in on this. Still more to try, but so far things are going well. I've only had one fallout dread because it didn't completely rise in the mold. I didn't pour enough foam. It wasn't the dread's fault, it was my fault, but part of the learning process, and as a result it didn't skin right. When I pulled it, the skin tore because it was just too soft, and so I messed it up by not letting it get full in the mold. But so far, this is where I'm at. Hope the progress is beneficial to others who may be trying to do this.